There are some people who just don't realize that it's not WrestleMania on wheels, because it's really not. I mean, even in the leagues, even like old school leagues who play with the golden rule, you know, like don't do to other people what you wouldn't want done to you. And they're pretty rowdy. I mean, like they really don't have near like a fraction of the rules that we do. And even that is like not wrestling on wheels. My real name is Ashley. I shall tell you no more. My real name, or my derby name, is Lot of Trouble. Number's 55. I play for the Farm Fatales and the Code Blue Assassins. When I was living in Tempe in 2005, and I saw a flyer up on a like a phone pole, like a telephone pole or a power pole or something one day, and from the flyer, it was like obviously like this super punk rock DIY like tough girl thing, and I was like, whoa, what is that? And my interest was sort of piqued. I hardly knew what I was really looking at, but I never did end up going, just based on my schedule in Tempe and stuff. It never worked out. Immediately after living in Arizona, I moved to Seattle, where it's a lot more prominent, and started hearing more and more about the women's roller derby. And that was 2006. And then, lo and behold, I moved here to Bloomington, and in February 2007, I see a flyer up where Ladyman's used to be, and it was a flyer recruiting for BHRG in their very, very first season.
I'm Ricky Jean Robinson, and my derby name is Bad Mother Trucka 96 Beers. I've been there ever since we've had our first game, I guess 3 years. This will be the third season that we're started. I was living downtown and working at Barkin' Buddies, and Pete just came home one day and was like, I saw a flyer for roller derby at the Starbucks today. And I was like, the rest is history.
Well, I'm Suzanne Donnelly, and that's my real name. My derby name is Knock Her Down, and number 18. And this is my second season with the Bleeding Heartland Roller Girls. And I skated off and on, you know, through college and that kind of thing, and never really thought twice about derby. And then some of my friends of mine were like, oh, we should start a derby league. We should start a derby league. And I'm like, okay, you're nuts. And they're like, no, it'll be great. I was in Seattle. I saw this team. They were amazing. We should do this. I was like, you guys go right ahead. I am old. I am not getting involved in this. I am breakable. And they had their first season, and I went to their first home bout, and I was like, okay, I need to be doing this.
It's definitely a new game, and there is this old perception of what people saw on TV. It was very choreographed, like they would do these just amazing maneuvers and assists, like, and people would fly 4 feet in the air. You don't see that in this sport.
We are a regulated league. We have rules. We have a 31-page rule book that we have to learn and take a test for, and you have to pass that test 100% to be bout eligible. It's not like, oh, if you have a 70, sure, you can get on the track and hit somebody. No, no, no. It's 100% before your feet are even allowed to compete against somebody else. So, I mean, it's not WWE. It's not staged. We don't get into fights. We've been bouting for 3 years. We've never had a single fight. Never. Sure, is there in words? Absolutely. Some not so pleasant words? Absolutely.
I guess I don't ever really take into consideration that that's the sort of thing that people still think, even though obviously it is. It definitely takes some skill. You know, like anybody who says that, I like to see him try to put on some roller skates and get through a pack, you know?